Hey everybody, Mr. Hargatai here, welcome back. Today we are continuing our journey in Colombia with the writings of Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Sorry, I'm trying to get his name right because one of my Spanish-speaking friends said I was sounding way too much like an English speaker when I say it.
You see that little accent on the A? It's Marquez, not Marquez.
You're saying it wrong. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Alright, pronunciation aside, we're going to jump right in with part 2 of our literary journey. Okay, do the thing. Alright, let's start with a previously on. Previously on, a very old man with enormous wings. That's a title that sounds like a Fall Out Boy song right there. Y'all are probably not old enough to get that joke. Our main points. Peleo and Elisenda's son have a fever and their house is filled with crabs. Peleo stumbles upon an old, feeble man stuck in the mud. Turns out he has wings. Weird. A neighbor informs them that this man is most likely an angel who has actually come to take their child, who was sick, as we remember. The neighbor suggests that they should kill the angel and be done with it. However, Peleo and Elisenda are a little bit more kind and they decide not to kill him but to instead put him on a raft and send him out to sea with 3 days of provisions. Good luck, dude! However, a crowd has gathered around to see the angel and they're eager to learn more about him. They're keeping him in the chicken coop for now, but then Elisenda has this great idea. They should charge a fee to let people see him.
50 cents, please. Here's the angel. See the angel. It's my angel. No one else is next to the rakes.
People start paying, and they decide, you know what? Well, we'll keep him after all. People keep coming to see him and paying, however, they're a little bit annoyed because he doesn't really talk or say anything or do anything interesting, and they're kind of like, what am I looking at here? Father Gonzaga is a priest there. He actually cautions against believing he's an angel right away because he is a little bit skeptical of this. But the fascination with the angel is short-lived, especially after a woman comes to town who has had her body changed into a spider for disobeying her parents. Let that be a lesson, make sure you always listen to your parents. The crowd generally prefers the woman with the spider's body because her message is a little more human and it's easier to understand. Since the angel's arrival though, Peleo and Elisenda's fortunes have greatly improved. Their son got over his fever, they were able to improve all parts of the house, with the notable exception of the chicken coop of course. Towards the end, the angel regrows his wings and flies off, and that's about the size of it. Now some of you might be out there thinking something like, Mr. Hargatai, I'm a visual learner, can I get a visual anchor to support my learning here? Yeah bro, I got you. Feel free to pause this so you can internalize the information to your heart's content. So moving into today's focus, you're going to have to do a characterization of one of the main characters from the text. So let's do a quick demo to see how this should look. Also, I'm calling dibs on Father Gonzaga, so you cannot use him for your analysis. I'm sure none of you are going to pick him anyway, so that's why I picked him. Exemplar time. Intro. Through diction connoting a sense of skepticism and bureaucratic fanaticism, Marquez portrays Father Gonzaga as an incredulous observer fixated on traditional procedures. We got a good hook there. Context. When Gonzaga is first confronted with the purported angel, his main preoccupation is not with the fact that he has wings, but whether or not he understands Latin. Because that's the most important thing when you see a man with wings, right? Evidence. Marquez writes, the parish priest had his first suspicion of an impostor when he saw that he did not understand the language of God or know how to greet his ministers. By using words like suspicion and impostor, which convey a sentiment of doubt and mistrust, Marquez reveals to the reader the skeptical nature of Father Gonzaga. So we already get the fact that he's a little bit doubtful. Sure. Context number 2. Moreover, Gonzaga decides to write a letter to his superiors regarding the angel, promising to write to his bishop so that the latter would write to his primate, so that the latter would write to the supreme pontiff in order to get the final verdict from the highest courts. So, we're getting in the sense that there's a lot of red tape involved with proving whether this guy's an angel or not. Analysis. Marquez's use of repetition of the word latter emphasizes the circuitous and slow-moving response by Father Gonzaga's order, mocking his need to heed to traditional procedures. So I know it's a lot, I'm gonna leave it all up there for a second so we can all internalize. But you get the basic gist here, right? We want to have evidence that supports our claim, we want to hone in on specific words, and we want to have 2 pieces of evidence to establish a pattern and really just bolster that initial assertion that we had. So now it's your turn. You're going to choose one character to write a character study on. Ensure you have 2 pieces of evidence, and follow the format of the exemplar if you need help. Now, you can choose any character except Father Gonzaga, as I've already said, but there are definitely some who are going to be a little easier to focus on than others. So keep that in mind while you're crafting your responses. Again, as always, if you need help, you can just feel free to ask your teachers in the Zoom, but if not, good luck, and I can't wait to see your responses.